This is Andy Purewal for Boxing Social, and I'm delighted to be joined by $1 Million Crolla, Anthony Crolla. Anthony, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you, mate. I'm good. What's happening?
Everything's well. There's a lot going on, so we've got to come on to it. But we'll start off with yourself. It's good to hear you doing well. Vasyl Lomachenko, what is the latest in terms of the talks that are going on?
The latest is purse bids have been put back to this Wednesday. They've been put back. That's the second time they've been put back. But this Wednesday, he's having his pretty common knowledge. Vasyl Lomachenko, he was granted permission for the unification fight. Richard Comney's hand's not going to be better now, so the next fight is meant to be me. April the 12th is a date that I think Top Rank have got. That's over in Los Angeles, I think at the Staples Center. I know there has been discussions about that. Nothing's confirmed or finalised, but if that date is a date that we could fight, I will be ready. Like I say, I'm in the gym now. I've been in the gym this new year, training hard. If not, purse bids are Wednesday, and if say Eddie was to win the purse bids, I'm sure it'll happen sometime in May. But I'll be ready. I can be ready, like I say, any time. I think Eddie wins the purse bids. It's a lot likely it'll end up in America, whether it be LA or New York or somewhere else. I don't know, but either way, April, May, I expect to be in the ring with him. Whether I find out Wednesday, which I'm hoping to. That's what I'm hoping. Wednesday, I'm hoping to find out.
What has Eddie said to you in terms of, are you expecting it to go to purse bids, or are you expecting him to try and sort it out before then?
As it stands, yes, I am expecting it to go to purse bids, which on a financial side I suppose would be better for me and Vasyl Lomachenko. But I don't, I leave that to my team to sort out. If it gets sorted before then, great. If not, then Wednesday I should know more news.
You mentioned the Richard Comey situation. Yeah. In terms of any other fighters, there's no other way that Vasyl could go and fight anybody else, as far as you're aware?
As far as I'm aware, I mean, unless he gives up the title, and I know he wants to keep all the belts, win all the belts. So I'd be surprised if he does that. I don't know, again, contractually wise, I don't know his situation. So I'm just sort of really, I can only sort of tell you what I think now, sort of pretty common knowledge. Purse bids Wednesday. Vasyl Lomachenko, he's happy to fight us next. He wants to keep all the belts, win all the belts, and obviously the WBA have ordered the fight with me and him. So that's where we're up to. Hopefully in the next 48 hours I will know.
One thing which I see coming up on social media, and I don't necessarily agree with, and I feel a bit sorry that you get this type of criticism. People say that you don't deserve a chance to fight him when you haven't worked for it. When you see that, what do you make of it?
Mate, honestly, I've said it before. I don't value those people's opinion. It's I saw like a bit of it. I know Andy Clark. He was sort of sticking up for me at over the weekend, saying, well, he's mandatory. He's earned his chance at being a mandatory. Like I said, I've had 3 good wins since. I've not just randomly been picked out to fight him, and then you'll have people going, oh, you should be fighting Garcia next, or you should be fighting Gervonta Davis. You're talking ridiculous, because obviously Garcia's fighting Spence. He's never going to fight him in April next. Davis won over the weekend. I mean, possibly could be, but they try and make that into a super fight, and she's not going to be ready in April. So those people, I cringe for them, to be honest. You know what I mean? But I don't listen if they're entitled to their opinion to social media.
What did you make of Gervonta Davis's win over the weekend?
He looked very good. I mean, I expected him to do it inside the distance. Is it Ruiz?
Yeah.
Ruiz. Ruiz. He's a good fighter, but the natural size, he's a lot bigger than him. You just hear how hard Gervonta Davis hits. So I wasn't surprised with that. I was probably surprised it was in the first round, but I expected him to do it inside the distance. He's by all accounts, a huge puncher.
Floyd's come out and said that the plan is to put Gervonta in twice, once in April, once in May. But in April, they're planning on giving him a fight against the guy who Floyd beat on December 31st, the kickboxer, yes. In an exhibition bout. They're looking to make that guy versus Gervonta Davis. If that was to happen, what would be your thoughts on that, and the constant crossover that seems to be between the two sports now, or between multiple sports?
I just see it as a money fight, if that's the case. If it's to happen, I see Davis winning by knockout. The Japanese guy, I forget his name, but he was...
Tenshin.
Yes. I mean, he's very good at his chosen sport, and I'm sure he would have some success as a boxer, but not against, you know, an elite level fighter like Gervonta Davis. So yeah, I'd see it as a money fight, and that would be it.
And finally, next weekend we see James DeGALE versus Chris Eubank Jr. What are your thoughts on that one?
I'm really looking forward to it. You know, it's like the question is, you know, what's DeGALE got left? Has he got enough left to... James DeGALE at his best, you'd fancy to beat Junior. He was a good fighter, but, you know, on paper he'd certainly be favourite. But then, obviously, the Truax fights, the hard fights with Jack, have they took a bit out of Chunky? We don't know. I mean, and I understand people who will tip Junior to come on strong late and take over, but then those people could also end up looking a bit stupid if James finds that form that's seen him win world titles, you know, seen him have a great career and beat some top fighters, you know, Jarrell, Butte. It's, you know, the draw with Jack. If you can re-establish that form, you've got to think that James DeGale's just got too much of a boxing brain, angles, skills to deal with Eubank Jr, and that's what I think makes it such an exciting fight.
That's been labelled as a retirement fight. Do you see that being the case, especially in Chris Eubank Jr.'s case? He's only 28, I believe.
I don't see it as Junior's in Junior's case. I think they've named it that. I think if James loses, then he'll see that as a retirement fight. He can no longer compete at the level where he's been at for most of his career. Junior can come again. Obviously, it's just the thing with Junior. It's obviously the things he says, the criticism that he's open to because he's so vocal, he's so out there on social media. But he's, you know, that's his character. But I hate sort of saying retirement fights because I think, you know, respect to both lads, both quality lads, and they're putting it on the line.
Well, Anthony, I know you've got on a shoot off now. You've just finished training session, so thank you for speaking again to Boxing Social.
Thank you. See you soon.